This is 35-year-old Crystal Rogers, captured on camera shopping with her young son Eli. Little did anyone know, this would be the last time she'd be seen. Later that same day, Crystal would vanish without a trace. The only person to see her before her disappearance? Her boyfriend, Brooks Houck.
There, on the phone records, there appears to be a phone call around midnight. Kind of unusual to get a 13-second phone conversation at midnight. You know, it is for me. It may not be for you.
I can't even go out on the side of the road without looking like a murderer. I know you told me innocent people have got jammed up, but if you're telling me to leave, I'll get up and leave.
It's okay to be upset at her family.
Yeah, but their emotions are so shot right now.
Take a minute. It's all right.
No,
It's fine to be upset. I understand. It's fine to be mad. I understand that too. But you're allowed to be emotional too.
That's
okay.
fine.
This was just the start of a drawn-out investigation on the disappearance of Crystal that turned out to be one of Kentucky's most baffling mysteries. A case in which manipulation takes turns and mysteries keep unfolding right up to the end. Crystal, a mother of 5, lived in Kentucky with her boyfriend Brooks. While Brooks often spent his days on his farm, Crystal had her own life she cherished. But the life of this seemingly happy family was about to spiral into a nightmare. It all began on July 3, 2015, when Crystal's teenage daughter Kylie sent a troubling message to Crystal's mother, Sherry Ballard. Crystal hadn't come home and was nowhere to be found. At first, it hadn't been long enough to set off alarms, but as the hours dragged into a full day, worry began to take hold. The family tried to reach Crystal, but their calls went unanswered. By July 5, 2015, Crystal's sister Brooke had also reached out to Sherry. Echoing her concerns, 2 days had passed, and there was still no sign of Crystal. That evening, Crystal's parents, Sherry and Tommy, along with her brother Casey, went to the Nelson County Sheriff's Office to file a missing persons report. But during that visit, Crystal's parents shared something with the police that raised immediate suspicion. While the family had been tirelessly searching for Crystal, Brooks showed little interest in helping. This revelation led police to contact Brooks, who agreed to come in for an interview.
I just called, trying to get hold of him before he comes in here. He's not answering his phone yet, so he must still be in the middle of it.
No, that's all right.
All right. I'm going to take a minute here and read through your statement, if that's all right.
Yes.
Get an idea. You might have answered some of my questions already, so.
But I did, I was trying to cover as much as I could. If my writing's not real legible, you just ask me and I can clarify it real quick for you.
Okay. Yeah. 4 o'clock, Bluegrass Center.
And I don't know these. I put approximately. I just put 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nobody. I don't expect you to know exactly.
Yeah, no, there's no way for me to.
Yeah.
But as soon as the detective reviews Brooks' written statement, he spots an immediate contradiction.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was confused about, because Kylie had said that she was gone before. She said she had told me that she was gone before you got back from the gas station and before Mom got home. But I don't think that's correct, because her grandma said she picked her up about 7:30. So you guys were already gone from the house. She had to be there while y'all were there, right?
While Kylie confirmed one timeline, Brooks claimed a very different one in his statement. When pressed for an explanation, he struggled to give any solid answers, instead trying to steer the conversation to appear more genuine and authentic.
Any question that I didn't ask doesn't get asked. Does that make sense?
I don't understand what you're saying. But
well, if I don't ask you, then somebody's going to ask me why I didn't ask you later. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So when I ask you a question, it's not to be offensive. It's to get the question cleared up so that we can move on to another.
I understand. Yeah, I help however I can.
So one of the rumors that we're hearing is that you all had gotten notice from the IRS that you were being investigated for tax evasion. Is that correct or incorrect?
No, sir.
Not correct. Okay. And again, these are all rumors that people are calling in about.
That's fine. And where you can get a legitimate source, also about verifying everything. Right across the street here, up here at Gilbert Brown Company CPAs does my taxes. He has for several years. If I need to sign a form to release all his documentation on me for that, you're all more than welcome to it. And that's the easiest way for me.
These are
That's fine. Ask whatever you gotta ask.
Spelling. Had you and Crystal ever talked about breaking up?
I mean, obviously we have fought just like any other
Sure.
any other couple, but in the last several years, I mean it's came up, but we've always found ourselves together moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's mentioned, but it's never happened, and we've always found ourselves together moving forward.
Okay.
Brooks's responses feel more like a rehearsed speech than concrete answers. This could suggest he's evading the real issues with irrelevant explanations, but for now, it remains mere speculation. Let's see if this speculation proves to be true.
Say nothing.
Convenience store.
Yeah, convenience store. She worked for some folks up there. I do not know that. I think it might be Sandy or Sandeep or something like that, but I don't know. She worked up there at that gas station for quite some time, but that's been quite some time ago.
Was that before or after Eli was born?
I think she started there before he was born, and she did work some there after he was born. She worked for a pretty good period of time there, but it's been quite some time back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's 2.5. So did you think
he's a little bit over than 2.5?
Yeah.
He'll be 3 in October.
Almost 3. Yeah.
All right.
So you think it was a year ago or better since you worked there?
Probably approximately. I don't know. I would say give or take a 6-month window there. Something like that would probably be pretty accurate. But I do not know the answer to that. I do not know. I just know that it's been a period of time.
Was it you all? Have you all, since you've lived together, have you all always lived on Glenview?
That's the only house since Eli has been born. We brought him home from the hospital. We lived there.
Okay.
Yes.
So
That's the only residence.
you all were living there when she was working at the, and when she stopped working at the.
When she stopped working there. There was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 other girls that worked up there with her. I don't know their names. They didn't have a large amount of employees, just a few.
When you said you all had talk about splitting up, had that been more recently, or was that before Eli was born, or had that been?
I don't remember the exact dates, but if you'll recall back in a couple of days ago when we had talked,
Mm-hmm.
whenever usually that had came up, she had always went to like Sabrina's house, or she went out with Brooke or to her parents for a short period of time, a day and a half, and after she cooled off and we had a chance to talk a little bit, we always found ourselves back together. But it has been at times a stressed relationship. I'm not here telling you anything other than that.
Sure.
That is the truth, and that's accurate.
Yeah.
That has been discussed, but we've always found ourselves together. We loved each other very much, and that right there is the bottom end of it.
Well, the reason I ask is because there are some people that she's associated with that are telling us that she had made some tentative plans to leave, like looking at an apartment at that store above the apartment above the store. I'm just trying to figure out if that was something that was ancient history or if that was something that was more recent.
Well, that's news to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about that.
So when you all, let's say the last time you all had discussed splitting up, she didn't discuss any specifics with you about moving to an apartment or anything like that? Just that you all were having some issues and you resolved it?
Say all that again.
Yeah.
Break your question. Break them down a
The
little
last
bit.
time that you all had that type of a disagreement, okay, the last time that there was the possibility that you might split up, did she specifically talk to you about moving out somewhere? About moving out?
No, not anything that I. She's never had an isolated point saying, "Hey, I'm moving here, moving there." I don't recall anything like that. No,
Okay,
sir.
that was my question.
All right.
Just if she had.
Well, sometimes I know that you all do this for a living. Sometimes I feel like when you ask me a question, you put so many things, and I'm thinking we need to dissect it a little bit so I can answer each part specifically rather than put so. And I'm not. Please don't get upset at me for saying that to you.
No.
Put so much stuff in when I want to break it down in a simplified, direct question rather than put so much information into one question. Try to answer one and have a bunch of parts in one.
No, that's fine. If
All
you
right.
need me to That's fine. What you did right there is just fine.
All right, yeah, I
If
just know what you did
ask
upset me.
Ask it a different way, or ask.
Because I want you helping me.
No, that's
All
fine.
right, that's all right.
That's fine. That's no problem at all.
This is a classic case of turning the tables. While Brooks is the one providing long-winded and unnecessary answers, he attempts to mask this by claiming he prefers direct questions.
We kind of already established the Kylie thing, but just so I'm clear on it,
All right.
you got home at somewhere between 5 and 5:30, probably closer to 5, right?
Yes, sir.
And Kylie was there?
I didn't go in the house at that time.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
No, I knew that whenever she was coming behind me, I knew that she was going to be there shortly. So what I did was I jumped on that little tractor. I knew I had a little bit of time, and I wanted to go up there and fill it up full of fuel, check, do all that kind of stuff, get my fuel levels right, so that I didn't have to stop. I've got, as you can tell when you look at that list, I got so much stuff to do. I don't have any unaccounted for time. I'm wide open.
Right.
If I stop for a few minutes, I go backwards, and I don't have time to do that.
So so you didn't go inside, so you don't know if she was there when you arrived.
I don't know if she was there. She was riding with Crystal. I do not know.
And when you got back from gassing up the tractor, they were all there. Her
Yeah.
and Eli and Crystal.
All four, yes.
Yeah, okay. And so all 4 of you were there. So during that time, the neighbor says she got home around 5:15,
All
give or
right.
take.
That's right.
So from 5:15, and I think I mentioned to you that I see on the video that you all go past Circle K. You go past the storage place and Circle K all within a minute or so, about 5 minutes after 7, thereabouts, give or take a minute.
All right.
So let's say you left the house around 7 o'clock. Fair enough.
That's fine.
There's going to be a little bit of time, but I'm just generalizing. So she gets home about 5:15. You get back from the store. You all are there from, let's say, 5:30 to 7 o'clock together, the 4 of you. You ate dinner at home, I think you told me last time.
Yeah, we didn't fix nothing. I don't know what we ate. We didn't fix nothing fancy.
Right, sandwiches.
Whatever we
yeah,
did.
Yeah. You guys leave to go to the farm, but Kylie does not go with you.
That's correct.
She stays there, waiting on
Her
Kathy.
Mamaw Kathy, her father's mother.
Yeah, Kathy Fenwick.
Yes.
Right. So she stays there. You don't know what time she gets picked up, but she's there when you all leave.
Yes.
Because that was one of the things, I think she got confused, Kylie, not Kathy. Kylie got confused about the time frames when I was talking.
But
to her.
I can't speak on their.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
that's
know that.
fine with that. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not confused.
All right. That's fine. What you said is my understanding of it.
Okay. So you guys leave, you go, presumably you go out Bloomfield Road to Guthrie because you go past Circle K and not turning on Woodlawn Road. So you go out there, and then the next time I see you is when you pass Caddy Shack, the little restaurant there on 49. You go past there, and it's about the right amount of time for you to be traveling, and then you get to the farm around, best I can figure out by the time frame on the video, is about 19 minutes after 7. So you're actually there, roughly about 7:20. So
Okay.
so you get there. By the way, I twisted I guess it would be your aunt's arm to. Thought we noticed they had the video cameras. That's why.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
So she actually helped you out with the time.
Good.
It showed you coming. Now I haven't watched the full days yet, so I don't know
Right.
anything about comings and goings. But I know you got there about 20 minutes after, and you left there about 11:55 thereabouts.
Right.
At this moment, the detective appears to side with Brooks, suggesting that Kylie might have been mistaken. By attempting to create a comfortable atmosphere for Brooks, he subtly sets the stage to confront him and catch him in a lie.
So during that time, from reading your statement, you left once and went down almost to Loretta Road and then turned around and came back because you decided the Tractor Supply might be closed, right?
Yes.
So that, a little bit of time there. How long were you at the farm before you went to get feed and then came back, decided that it was too late? Do you remember, roundabout?
It couldn't have been long.
Because you were going to feed the cows, right?
Yeah, it couldn't have been probably more than, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an idea so when I watch the video, I can kind of look for when you're coming out and then you're going back in.
Yes.
And when you got to the farm, Do you know if anybody was there other than your mom?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you see your mom when you came in?
No, we didn't. We didn't stop up there. We went straight down there we were going there to feed the cows.
Right.
So.
Well, yeah, but the barn's within eyeshot of the house.
But sometimes she might park inside. Sometimes she might not. So I don't know if.
Right. She got more than one vehicle?
She's got a little red truck, and she's got a white, and then she's got a white SUV.
Okay.
But I can't. That 15 to 20 minutes is as close as I can, and that's a guess. But I'd say it's pretty accurate.
She, I think your mom told me she had been mowing grass. Do you know if she was mowing when you got there, or
she's always outside doing something? She's more of an outside person than inside, but she likes to mow grass. Sometimes she'll mow it whenever it don't even need to be mowed. So, but no, I don't recall her mowing if she was mowing. But there's a lot of area there that if she was mowing, that I could have pulled in and not seen her, but I don't believe she was mowing.
Yeah. Okay. And it's not all that important. I'm just trying to get an idea of what was going on.
All right.
So there, I noticed when I was out there yesterday, I guess it was. So there's a bulldozer in the drive.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tractor, actually two tractors in the barn, right? There's a tractor with a bucket and a tractor that looked like maybe it was leaking hydraulic fluid. Maybe somebody
or
had
an
worked on it
attachment,
or something.
or
Yeah, maybe an attachment.
All right.
So while you were out there Friday, did you operate any of that equipment to take care of the cows, or how do you normally?
No, I don't.
By hand.
Mm-mm. No, when you feed the cows, you just get the sweet feed and you holler for them. You shake a bucket, and because repetitious, they know to run. They know.
I didn't know if you fed them hay.
Now, if you're talking about in the wintertime, you have to have a tractor that can handle. We don't do square hay. I mean, in the wintertime, we're going to have to handle a round bale,
right?
And that's done by tractor. We're not going to. You can roll one by hand. You got 4 or 5 guys, but I mean, we're not going to do that. We're going to take a tractor and.
As expected, Brooks once again provides explanations that barely relate to the detective's questions. This has become his tactic for dodging inquiries, perhaps a clear sign he's hiding something. But the real question is, how long can he keep this up?
And
now Aaron he's out there raking hay and stuff. He might very well have done that. I don't know if it was Friday, but he's been out there the past 2 weeks doing hay. And I don't drive the equipment because that's not what I do. Aaron takes care of all that, and he bales the hay, he cuts it, he does all the mechanical work out there. And
now, who is Aaron?
The person that does all the work out there.
But I mean, is he related to you all, or is he a farmhand, or what is he?
Yeah, he's the city mechanic right up here for the city of Bardstown, the bus garage. He does all the mechanics and does all the inspection reports for the city of Bardstown bus school system.
Right, but how is he connected to your family?
There's no blood relation. We graduated together in high school.
You and he did?
Yes.
Okay. And so does he get the hay off of your farm, or?
5 of the cows out there that are out there are his.
Oh, okay.
So what he does is, whenever you look at this paperwork, I've got so much stuff going on. I'm not a farmer. I enjoy farming, but I don't farm. So what he does is an added benefit to me.
But he wasn't there Friday, that you saw?
No, he wasn't there Friday night.
When you were there, right? Mm-hmm. Not before. I don't know about before, but when you were there, he wasn't there. So you all fed the cows with the buckets and watched them eat, and then you walked. Now, when you said you walked the road to the grab, you're talking about not just to the turnaround that goes right by the barn.
We walked to the back.
To where the old county road goes through.
Where I put yes, exactly. Okay. Where the road gets a little harder. I mean, you can still drive a car on it, but there's a little bit of grass in the middle. But we.
And that's what goes when you get to the
cul-de-sac at the top of the hill.
Right. If you get to the turnaround here,
the house is right here in the barn here.
It goes
Yeah,
back
right here is
back
where,
there.
yes, and it goes back there a far pit. And there's 3 big pins back through there. And there's 3 big pins back through there. There's 3 separate fields where we rotate the pasture and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you walked from field 1.
Yeah, let me just make it real clear
Yeah,
for you.
okay.
Is this, you can put this in your paperwork or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, would.
I didn't write that, but.
No, I drew it out for somebody else.
This is the barn. And then, of course, you know the fence does something like this.
Right, kind of gives an angle off Mom's place.
And then it goes all the way back. So somewhere right in here, this is a double gate. This is where we go in. Right here is where we enter the field, because this is barbed wire, you know. And then over here is kind of an octagon's 8, but it ain't 8. This is like a pin out here that we can move, and then there's some troughs and stuff in here. And then
After his excruciatingly long description of the farm, the detective makes another attempt to redirect Brooks back on track.
Alright, so you guys, you've taken your walk, the fire is down, maybe not out, but it's down enough, and you're leaving, and it looks, again, looking at the video, looks like it's about 5 minutes till midnight.
all right.
That's, to me, and I've got a couple of kids, you know, but everybody parents a little differently. To me, it seems a little late to be out on the farm with a 2.5-year-old. Where is he at midnight? Has he been asleep in the car for a while? Is he still
No, he's still wide open, and
Really?
and any night he's so used to sleeping so later in the morning. His normal day, that's his 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. Really? 11, because she sleeps much later in the morning. She stays up. So like, yeah, and it's always been that way.
So
And
he's
like
good to
people
go
do,
at midnight.
He's wide open.
Yeah, okay. So you guys get back and load up in the truck. Excuse me, load up in the truck and you drive back. You leave out. I see you leave out the driveway at about 11:55. Somebody passes you on the drive back on Loretta Road about 10 minutes after midnight or so. He says roughly. We're still kind of narrowing that down, but roughly sees you about 10 after midnight, which wouldn't be uncommon. It's been raining most of the day. You know, the roads are kind of wet. 15 minutes from your mom's house to the golf course. There's Caddyshack. Not a big deal there. And so do you remember, or did you go straight home on Friday night, or did y'all stop somewhere? Or, because I'm thinking if that's their normal 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, it might be dinner time. Did you stop and eat something, or did you go straight home?
We did not eat anything. I went straight home.
Okay. So you went straight home. So if we assume that he's correct in about 10 minutes after midnight, another 10 minutes to the house or so. So you
I don't see it being that late. I mean, if that's what some of the things say, you know, I guess you'd have to kind of go by that. But yeah, we didn't stop anywhere. We went straight home.
Okay. So you could feasibly be home by 11:30. You could be home.
I feel like it.
Which is what you told me. You thought, or I'm sorry, not 11:30, 12:30. You could feasibly be home by 20 minutes after 12. If he passes you at 10 minutes after 12.
All right.
Which is a little off from what you originally told me, and you just said, I still think it's a little off, but we'll go with what the camera says as opposed to memory, because sometimes memory's not that great.
All right.
And I checked the time on her camera, and I'm allowing for about a 9-minute gap there between what my watch says and what her camera says.
All right.
So which puts you leaving there about 11:55, which, again, 15 minutes to Caddyshack is not terribly bad in the rain. So it could have been that he passed you at 10 minutes after midnight, putting you home roughly 20 minutes after 12.
All right.
Fair enough?
Yes.
So you guys get home 20 minutes after 12, right there, thereabouts. I think you said you went to bed first. Do you remember about how long you were home before you went to bed?
I went to bed immediately.
So when you guys got in, you went and did your nightly routine, and you're going to bed. I think you told me that she stayed up. And Eli, did he stay up as well?
He was.
And where was she at when?
If there's any activity going on in the house, he doesn't want to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody turned the lights out and we just got in the bed, he's going to follow us in there and lay down with us. But if I go to bed and she stays up, he's not going to come in there to bed till all the lights are out and then she goes to bed. If I was doing something out there and she was in the bed, he's going to stay up with me. She's just on her phone playing, I don't know what game, but she normally plays a game.
Right.
Some kind. She's got several of them on there, but I don't know which one.
Okay. So she's on her phone, messing around, doing whatever, and you go to bed. Do you know what time Eli came to bed, or she put him into bed?
I don't know. I
Don't
don't
have
have
any
any idea.
idea?
I normally go to bed earlier than that, so when I went to sleep, you know, I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. I wouldn't have noticed, you know, if he crawled in there, you know.
So you said you're a pretty heavy sleeper. So your phone is getting phone calls. I can see it on your phone logs before 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning. Do you hear that going off? Do you normally keep it in there?
Yeah, but I don't have to. At that time, I've got an alarms on my phone at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Sometimes I've got them at 4 and at 7. But my alarm most mornings goes off. I always have it for 6 and 7. But I'll wake up before my alarm goes off. But yeah, it's not uncommon for me to get calls really early in the morning.
So what time do you think you got up on Saturday morning?
I probably woke up around, you know, in between that time, like 6 or 7 o'clock, and then I left. You know, did my normal thing, changed my clothes, put my clothes on, and headed out. You know, shortly after that, you know.
Well, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you something. There, on the phone records, there appears to be a phone call around midnight.
All right.
On Friday night, Saturday morning.
All right.
I'm talking about on your way home, basically.
All right.
Do you know who that person was that called you around midnight? Do you remember taking a phone call?
Can you just call the number back? I don't.
I mean, I could. I could.
What's
I
the
could
phone
look at
number?
your phone.
Yeah, look at my phone, but I don't remember
You
that.
don't remember getting a phone call on the way home?
Mm-mm.
Would it be unusual for you to get a phone call at midnight? I mean, it is for me, and I work for the sheriff's office. I get calls quite regularly.
Some of the people that do the tile for me, I wouldn't put it past them to call me at any time. They lay brick through the day, and then they're tiling my houses at night. The Thomases I wrote on there, Derek and his brother Tyler Thomas, they'll call me at any time. And I've got even if it's just one day, I don't pay them people by the job. They got to get paid by the hour, and then when they get done with it, I pay them.
Right.
That's just what we've agreed on. But yeah, those folks there call me any hour.
It was a pretty short phone conversation is the only reason I asked it. Kind of unusual to get a 13-second phone conversation at midnight. You know, it is for me. It may not be for you. But,
all right. Well, just check it out. Yeah, check it out in detail. That's right.
So, Saturday morning, you wake up sometime between 6 and 7. I think we decided that Danny Singleton, is that his name? A guy that works for you, was calling you and called you pretty frequently. You said sometimes you give him incentive to work on Saturdays, and that may have been why he was calling you. So did you go do some work Saturday morning before you went to your mom's house? Before you went to the farm? Or what did you do Saturday morning?
No, I didn't. I didn't do any other work on Saturday morning. That's where I went out there to the farm.
The detective is meticulously piecing together the gaps in the story, occasionally throwing unexpected, tricky questions at Brooks. Let's see how he plans to trap him.
So you get up. Does he get up with you?
He's still asleep whenever I get up. But I go to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff, and he's still sleeping there on the bed.
And so when you wake up, he's there, but Crystal's not.
She's not.
Okay. And so did you try to call her, or?
Yes, I noticed that she wasn't there, and I didn't know exactly what to think. I don't know what time I called her. Yes, I called her that morning.
I mean, did you call her before you left the house to go to the
I
farm?
don't remember what time I called her.
But do you remember where you were at? Were you at home or were you at the farm? Or you were on the way to the farm? I don't know, somewhere in between.
I don't recall. I don't know.
That's fair enough. So you, before you go to the farm, you feed Eli breakfast?
I did not before we got there. I normally get those squeezable yogurts, got all them vitamins and minerals and stuff in it, and he likes to eat stuff like that for breakfast, and it's easy. He can do that in his car seat or whatever he's got to do.
After yet another lengthy explanation, Brooks finally begins to break down. It's unusual for a boyfriend not to call his partner immediately after realizing she's missing, just as it's strange for a mother to leave her young child without informing anyone. For the detectives, this presents a golden opportunity to lay traps for Brooks.
They need to re-examine all these other actions, and I can understand the family wanting to vent and stress, and it makes perfect sense to me, but these people know me better than what's going on, and before this is all over and done with, you all are too, but it bothers me because not only have I been a victim, my mind's not even where it should be because I'm trying to protect Eli from this, and he's the most important person that I'm trying to protect. I don't care about them dragging my name through the mud right now because I'm wanting to keep the main focus and emphasis on bringing her back safely and as quickly as possible, but it really bothers me what's being done in the method that everybody's pursuing and doing, because what's going to happen is I don't want their apology, I don't want nothing from them, but then after this is all said and done, they're going to sweep it under the rug, and then they're just going to forget about what they've done to me in the process. What I've got to be faced with now is, as good a mother as Crystal's been, now nobody's going to love you like a mother. Now Eli is in an atmosphere where I've got all the hope in the world, but now I'm a single parent, it appears to me, where she's been there 100% of the time for him to raise and rear him, where I know that he didn't have to go to a daycare or a babysitter, and I know that his mother is going to take care of him. And now, where am I at without that love and support from her? Now I've got a little boy who's 2, who's going to grow up his life. If something's not done where she's not brought back safely, now one of the very most important people in his life, he's got to grow up without.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm in here answering a bunch of bullshit that I'm doing the best that I can possibly do with, but it's taking a lot of energy and effort away from the other efforts that could be out there trying to help and bring her back here safely. I can't even go out on the side of the road without looking like a murderer or something like that. It's wrong. I've been extremely honest with you all, and now I'm up here doing they can have the house, y'all take anything that you want, you don't need any of that paperwork or search warrants, and now I'm up here trying to get my head where I can be on the side of being able to protect myself and defend myself for my son whenever I'm the one I feel like has the largest loss.
Yeah.
So do what you got to do. I'll do whatever I can, but this is starting to get silly. I don't need an attorney. I haven't asked for an attorney. I don't need none of that. I'm innocent. I'm willing to talk to whoever. But this to me is really starting to get silly because I feel like I don't have a Facebook page. I don't have time to get on the internet. I don't know a lot about computers. Crystal did all that for me. I didn't have to do it because that's something else that she always took care of. So now I have people coming back to me telling me that they're completely trashing me online for the whole media. I've taken 17 years of my life, and I feel like I've worked hard to get a good education. I've worked hard all these years. I've built a nice life for me and my family, and now my whole family's name is trashed for something that's completely not even tied to me. That's where I'm at right now. So I'm extremely upset. I'm hurt over it. I try to put on a tough shell on the bubble and move forward.
Brooks is opening up, showing that he is genuinely heartbroken and innocent. Honestly, it seems true at the moment.
It's extremely difficult to get up in the morning and push on and look at Eli and know that here I've got a million things going on that I have to get done. And then who's going to suffer? He is. And it's not right. I'm ready to hire an auctioneer to sell all this stuff so I can be there for him like Chris. What else do you want to know?
Take a minute, it's all right.
No, it's
Okay. It's fine to be upset. I understand. It's fine to be mad. I understand that too.
he's there asking for everybody. This is a shock to him.
It's okay to be upset by it. I understand. It's okay to be upset at her family. They're
Yeah, but their emotions are so shot right now, and I can understand it. And I don't. If that's how they want to be,
But you're allowed to be emotional too.
That's
okay.
that's fine.
You're allowed
What
to
they're
be
mad
upset.
about is the darn cell phone that I took away from Ashley because her mother told for me to take it away from her. That's what they're mad about. And it's just been a spiral since then in October. And ever since then, their attitude towards me and everything is so wrong. For punishing a 16-year-old girl when she's not hurt, she's not hit, nothing like that. And I'm the worst person in the world for having any, and I understand I'm not her dad, I'm not her disciplinary figure. If she disobeyed her mother, I followed a direct order from her mother. Her mother couldn't get it from her. I took her cell phone from her, and then it's just been hell ever since.
That was the whole thing about the wrist.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they took her up to the hospital and did the same with CPS and all this bunch of garbage. They ruled it unsubstantiated, or however they wanted to say it. No bearing, or whatever you want. You can pull the reports. They documented it all. You can get all that stuff too.
You want some water?
No, I'm good. Let's move forward. Whatever you need, I'm here to give to you.
Okay.
I'm innocent. I don't need an attorney, so I'm good. Ask whatever you want to ask.
However, what the detective truly wants to know is how hard Brooks tried to contact Crystal, a question he has yet to answer clearly. Additionally, the detective seeks to understand what Brooks did after Crystal went missing.
So you guys, any idea how long you were out there? Saturday?
It was a good, yeah, usually on Saturday I'm not in any kind of a rush because I try to take, I usually try to take it easy on Saturday.
Okay. So did you eat lunch out there?
I don't know if I ate lunch there. I know I ate supper out there at Fabian's house that night because he had everybody over there at his house for, there's about, I don't know, maybe 150 people over there at my mom's brother's house. We went out there for a short while. It wasn't real long. I know I ate there. Eli ate there. I don't know what we did for lunch. I can't remember.
Okay. Did you go from the farm to Fabian's, or had you
I don't know if I took I may have went home and taken a shower from being out there on the farm. You know, I don't want to go there smelling like a bunch of cows.
Sure.
I may have went home. I'm not sure. I don't know. I may have went home and took a shower and then came back. That's more than likely what I did, but I can't remember.
Okay. So then sometime Saturday evening, you went over to Fabian's house. Do you remember around about what time that was? That would have been 4th of July.
Yeah, that's when we were supposed to go to that.
Mm-hmm. Did you all stay out there for fireworks, or?
We didn't stay that late. I know that there was a bunch of people there that I hadn't seen in a good while. That my mom's got a pretty large family that I hadn't seen that I wanted to see them, but we didn't stay out there real late.
Do you any idea how many times you've called Crystal at this point? By the time you went from getting up Saturday morning until you were going to the family gathering at
I know I
Fabian's?
called her back around maybe noon again the second time, and I don't know what the exact time I called her after that, but I know that sometimes in the past, if I've called her to blow her phone up, it made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I've just called periodically, and I found that she doesn't take as much offense to that. You know, if you're just disrespectful to them, especially if somebody's mad, it just makes it worse to
Right.
keep calling them. I wasn't even alarmed. I was for sure the girls were doing this to me on purpose.
It's still evident that Brooks harbors some negativity toward Crystal and her friends. This is crucial for the detective, as it could explain Brooks' lack of interest in Crystal's disappearance, or, even more disturbingly, suggest that he may have been involved in her murder.
Do you go to Mom's? Where do you go after you leave there?
No, I think we rode with my mother over there.
To Fabian's house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we rode with her, and then I went home after that.
So you rode back to Mom's house with her, and then you didn't stay at Mom's, you went back to your house?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know the exact timing and all that right there, but I do know that I rode with her over there to Fabian's house.
Okay. And you left her house and went home?
I don't know if I stayed there any period of time or not. I may have stayed there just a little bit. I don't think very much, but I might have stayed there a little bit. I'm not sure.
I mean, you didn't stay the night there?
No.
Did you go anywhere else after you left Mom's house before you went home?
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
I tell you what would be a good idea for folks is to put a darn camera. You think I'm joking? I'm being serious. You try to go back through this. I need to put a camera in your vehicle and up there in front of you, just live on tape, and then you.
Well, I'm not asking you to recall every detail of your life, brother. But I'm just trying to.
But it would help me if I could.
Well, but listen, I couldn't tell you what I did 2 days ago. I couldn't tell you what I did before I started investigating this, because I've been investigating this for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm not asking you to remember every single minute, but you know, and I realized that it wasn't a big deal for her to be gone for you, but.
At this point, Brooks reveals something that piques the detective's interest.
You remember going to Fabian's house. You remember leaving Fabian's house and going to Mom's, right? And going. So if you went from Mom's house to home, you'd eaten dinner at Fabian's.
I don't know if it was her mother. I met her mother at the gas station somewhere. One of them days.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother, Sherry,
Mm-hmm.
Crystal's mother, Sherry, and I don't know if Ashley was with her and other kids were with them, but I stopped at right there in front of Walmart, where I get a bunch of fuel at, up right there, that Murphy station across from Lowe's right there.
Right.
And I was on the phone with either Ashley or Sherry, one, I forgot which, and they said, I tell you what I've done too, I talked to Brooke on the phone at the farm. I talked to Brooke, her younger sister, before I left, because I was heading into town to get fuel at that point. So whatever time that I talked to Brooke, you'll know that I left.
Mm-hmm.
So make a note of that. I talked to Brooke on the phone, and that's when I was leaving the farm on 49. And I drove in 49, and then I made a right there on 150 and went up there to Walmart. And then I got on the phone with Sherry, or Ashley, I don't know whose phone they were on.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll help me right there, because that's, you can pinpoint an exact time. And then I pulled in there to that Murphy station.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sherry came up there to my window.
Okay.
And asked me if I'd seen Crystal. And this right here is after I talked to Barbara Lane, and I sent her, I called her a couple times. I don't think I got an answer. She's probably busy doing something. And then I sent her a text message. And after I kind of stayed on her, she knew that it was serious because it'd been longer than normal when she'd done this before in the past.
And this was Saturday?
I'm not sure. You'll have to. So much stuff happened also quick. You'll just have to dissect. That's the reason I've given you all my stuff. My phone.
Yeah.
You can dissect all that and figure, get an exact time. So I called Barbara and I sent her a text message. I talked to her mother at Walmart, up there at that Murphy gas station. I had Eli with me then, of course, had him with me all the time. And she wanted to look at Eli. She said, "Where's Eli?" I said, "Right there." And then she spoke to him and she looked at him and said hi, and he said hi, and that was it.
Essentially, Brooks met Sherry on July 5th, the same day Crystal's parents filed the missing person report. They had been on their way to the police station when they ran into Brooks. During that encounter, Crystal's parents felt he showed no interest in searching for her, which is why they informed the police that they believed Brooks might somehow be involved in her disappearance.
Do you think it was this? Do you think you talked to Sherry the same day they reported her missing? You said she said something.
Yes, she said yes. Okay. The day that yes.
So they reported her missing on Sunday.
Then it was Sunday. I feel like whenever. That's because Sherry told me she's going to the police station.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sherry the one that reported her missing?
Mm-hmm.
Sherry's. All right. I had a question from the media or from the news that I wanted to ask you all to think about. You all said that a family member found her car. How does that happen? Rather than the police department, as large as this county is, a family member.
Well, that's a pretty big family, and as I understand it, someone who knew them called them and said there's a car that looks like hers on the parkway, and they went out there.
Who was the family member that found that car?
I don't know. I have to look at my notes. There were two of them.
Am I able to know that question, that answer?
I'll tell you who it was. I just have to look back through my notes and see who it was. And I'm not great either, but I want to say that it was. I'm trying to think. There was.
You can look back at them. I'm sure.
I want to say it was a brother and a nephew. I know we took elimination prints from one of them because they touched the car before we got there. So we took elimination prints from them like we did from you to rule out any prints that we found in the car as being that person's.
All right.
So I want to say that it was one of her brothers.
She only had Casey's or
Casey's. So I want to say it was her brother and maybe her dad that went out there. But I think it was her brother that somebody actually called. But that may be incorrect. I'll have to look at the notes and see.
It was actually Crystal's ex-husband's son from a previous marriage who spotted Crystal's car. Now, it's time to find out who called Brooks on Friday night while he was on his way home.
492-1390. Just call it. Oh, Steve Lawson.
Okay. Who is Steve Lawson?
He's somebody that works for me. Hey, Steve. Hey, I can't hear you real good. I'm gonna ask you to speak up a little bit, okay?
Okay, sir.
Hey, I was wanting to know. Hey, I've got some things going on next week. I'm gonna need your help with it. Are you already booked up, or can you help me?
I haven't moved up yet. I'm still looking for a place. That's why I needed them numbers from you.
All right. Well, I can write them all down and get them there for you. But I was actually talking about doing some more work with your little skid steer and so forth. Mine's still broke down.
Well, like I said, get with me tomorrow. I'm coming. I know you're having a hard time hearing me because it's where I'm located at.
All right.
So just get in touch with me tomorrow and we'll see what we can do. But my question, I just want to tell you I'm sorry about everything that's going on in your life, brother, and I got you in my prayers.
I said it is a very difficult and trying time, but I appreciate you saying that. But hey, I need your help while I got you on the phone here. Do you remember the other night you called me really, really late, and I forgot what you asked me. Can you? I guess we wasn't on the phone. I might have been tired. I know it was pretty late at night. Can you remember what you asked me or what you were after? I can't remember.
Yes, sir, I can. I called to ask you for them numbers for a house.
Oh, for a rental house.
Yes, sir,
And
I did.
what did I forgot? What did I tell you?
You told me that you
Crystal.
Crystal, okay, I apologize.
Yeah.
And you said she handles all that, and that you would get back with me on it.
All right. Thank you so much, now.
Hey, if there's anything I can do, you give me a call.
Thank you. You have a good night now.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
Thank you.
If Crystal was with him when Lawson called, why didn't he simply hand the phone to her instead of telling Lawson to call her? This raises a troubling possibility. Crystal might not have been with him at all. It's the simplest yet most damning question Brooks has faced so far. One can clearly see that he has lost his composure, and his answers are leading him nowhere.
I'm sure I probably tried to answer the phone really quickly, so that it wouldn't, a lot of times after I get moving, Eli goes to sleep, you know. Sometimes he goes to sleep in the truck, sometimes he doesn't. So if you want to call him, do you got his number and everything? If you want to call him, you know, you can call him.
The long silence speaks volumes. The detective now clearly recognizes that Brooks has been telling nothing but lies. However, without direct evidence, he can't turn this interview into a full-fledged interrogation.
So I know the dog's not defective.
That's right.
Because they're following her scent, and they don't know where your mom lives. They've never been there before. So the dog's nose is not defective. So when the dog doesn't even try to find her on the parkway, where her car ends up, it's just very odd to me. And I can't figure out why they wouldn't find any scent of her at all if she walked one way or another.
It would have picked it up.
Right. They would have at least walked far enough for her to have been picked up by somebody. You know, if you break down on the parkway, somebody's not going to pull bumper to bumper with you, so you're going to have to walk from your car to their car to get in.
That's right.
So the dog doesn't even act like it wants to go in one direction or another, even far enough for her to have even gotten in a car with somebody. That's just weird to me. I don't understand. Unless she was never in her car when it got put on the parkway. I don't know.
Yeah, but I can't answer that. I do not know.
Do you know of anybody that would want to hurt her?
I mean, as far as I know, she's a well-likable person.
Right.
I know that she's done a few evictions with some folks, got a few people upset, but
Were they messy evictions?
I mean,
like threat?
I mean, there's never a good eviction.
Right, but I mean, some of them
I mean, it's just
out
normal business. But I can't think of anything. She's a likable person. I can't think of anybody who would want to harm her.
Ever have anybody show up at the house upset over something? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Come in there when it's not appropriate for them to be coming to their landlord's house. Ever have them show up at your house, beating on the door, hey, you threw me out, or whatever?
I've never had somebody come up there to the house over an eviction saying you threw me out. Not one time.
Just as things start to become problematic for Brooks, he receives a phone call.
Pretty good. I mean, if one of them wants them, or Keith wants them for a little bit, or the kids want to go over there, they just had kind of like a mutual agreement with that's what they did. That's just what they did. They never really struggled with it, you know.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I guess where I go from here, we're still getting video from different places, you know, that along that route.
Can I get this?
Sure. Yeah.
Hello? No. I'm up here. I know that you didn't know. I'm up here in this interview with the Detective Snow.
The first thing Brooks does after answering the call is inform the caller that he's in an interview. He speaks in a higher register and quickly interjects with his own information. This likely indicates one thing. Brooks is trying to prevent the caller from inadvertently revealing something he wants to keep hidden.
I've been up here a good little while. I'm filling out this statement here and everything. Are you telling me that's what I need to do? I'm not. I know that. But the way that I look at it is, I'm innocent. I ain't done nothing wrong. What, you know? I know you told me innocent people have got jammed up, but if you're telling me to leave, I'll get up and leave. If you want me to. I know I'm going through a lot, but I'm trying to get this guy to help me. I don't think she's ran off with some other guy. I don't believe that. You can't make me think that. No. Yeah, so do I. I'll do exactly what you're telling me to do right now. Do you want me to get up and leave? Man, I don't think these guys. I don't think these people have got vindictive just to skin me for no reason. Man, this is not their family. This is not.
Nick Hauk, Brooks's brother, is a Bardstown police officer, but things are about to take a turn for the worse for him as well.
No, I know it, but I'm not. He just said just to keep sitting up here, to give a statement, do an interview, whatever I got to do it. But he said, darn, just to keep just letting them just beat you to death over this right here. Just ask what you got to ask and let you know.
And you tell me.
You see what I mean, he knows more about this than I do. You see what?
And have I told you that I'm for you?
Yes, you have.
I said, what did I say? My job is to find Crystal, right?
That's right.
However that happens, my job is to find her. Whether I find her hopefully alive and well and safe somewhere or not, my job is to find her. If I don't find her alive and well, my job is to prosecute the person that did something.
That's right.
If that turns out to be you, my job is to prosecute you. If that turns out to be someone else, my job is to prosecute them, to gather evidence for a lawyer, a prosecutor, to prosecute them. I don't know whether that person will be you or not. Did I not tell you when you come in here and sit down today that right now you're the main person of interest?
Yes, that's right.
And I explained to you the reason that you're the main person of interest, right? You're the last person to see her alive, right? And I went through your timeline with you and explained to you that there's gaps in your timeline, right? Be it good, bad, or indifferent, you can't remember some things about Saturday, you can't remember some things about Sunday. That's not a judgment against you, that's just a fact. I am simply a fact finder. If you want to go, you may go at any time you wish to. I would never dream of stopping you, didn't tell you you had to stay. If you want to bring a lawyer in and answer questions with a lawyer, you're welcome to do that. I'd have been asking you the very same questions in front of your lawyer that I asked you today. Right? I have not given up hope of finding her alive. That being said, you know as well as I do, the longer this draws out, the less likely we are to find her alive unless she's run off somewhere. I mean, that's just a fact.
That's right.
That's just the facts as they are. I am not for you, I am not against you. I am not for her family or against her family. Right now, my job is to work for Crystal. Plain and simple. It's just that simple. If that means that I have to interrogate you, then that's what I have to do. You've been nothing but cooperative with me. I appreciate that. We've talked. This makes number third time?
I don't know. I can't.
3 times. Here, the first time. At your house, the second time. And here, the third time again. Not counting the polygraph, because I didn't ask you any questions then. You've not asked for a lawyer. You're right. That's your right to do. You're entitled to do that. If Nick thinks you should go and you want to take his advice, go ahead. It's fine. I'm not offended by that. My job is not to make you happy. My job is to find Crystal. If that makes you happy, awesome. You know, but make no mistake, my job is to find her. That's what I'm doing. If I offend people in the midst of that, well, I'll apologize later for offending people. If it finds her home safe, then I'll just take the blunt of offending people and go on. You know, just like what you said. What'd you say? Doesn't matter what they think of you, as long as we find her.
That's right.
So that being said, you know, you're free to take Nick's advice if he wants you to leave. I don't really have any more questions with you. I was just going to tell you where we go next.
All right, yeah, well, wrap it up and you tell me what we're doing next, and if it's over, it's maybe pass along.
So, yeah, you know, here's what I'm looking at, right? I'm trying to find video of her car getting on the parkway, whether it's New Haven Road or 150, trying to find some video of her car getting on the parkway in hopes that it will reveal to us when it gets on the parkway, because there's some confusion about that. Some people calling in saying they saw it on Saturday, some people calling in saying they saw it on Sunday morning, some people calling in saying it wasn't there Saturday or Sunday morning. That's just the nature of the beast. When you put information out there, you get a lot of it back. So I'm trying to figure out when it got on the parkway, and if I can, who was driving it when it got on the parkway. Maybe she was driving it, maybe she wasn't. Maybe somebody else was driving it. I don't know. You know, maybe somebody stole it and it got a flat tire and they left it on the parkway. I have no idea. There's a million possibilities about how it got on there. So I'm trying to figure that out. I would like to fill in the gaps in your timeline. I may be able to do that with the video at your aunt and uncle's house, because they may be able to show me when you came and went from the farm on Saturday, those kind of things. I'm probably going to interview your mom. I'm probably going to interview Nick and ask them, you know, if they were with you anytime during that time. Maybe they have a little better memory of it. They can fill in those gaps.
Nick refused to provide information to the detective. Later, on October 16, 2015, he was fired from the Bardstown Police Department, and both he and Brooks were officially named suspects in the case. Later, a white Buick became crucial evidence when a private investigator discovered one parked at the Houck farm on the night Rogers disappeared. The Houck brothers' grandmother, Anna Whitesides, owned a white Buick but sold it weeks later. Authorities subpoenaed the 82-year-old to testify before a grand jury, suspecting the car had been used to dispose of a body, then cleaned and sold to conceal evidence. Whitesides refused to testify. Even before all this, on July 23, 2015, a landowner discovered bones along the Washington-Nelson County line, exposed on a washed-out creek bank near a tributary of the Beech Fork River. The remains were found about 4 miles from a Bardstown farm owned by the family of Crystal Rogers' ex-boyfriend, where she was last seen alive. However, authorities have not confirmed whether the remains belonged to Crystal. The nightmares continued long after Crystal went missing. Shockingly, 16 months after her disappearance, her 54-year-old father, Tommy Ballard, was shot and killed on the morning of November 19, 2016. He was hunting on his private property with his 12-year-old grandson, Rogers' eldest son, when he was shot once in the chest. There was speculation that Tommy Ballard might have been killed because he had begun to uncover sensitive information about Crystal Rogers' disappearance. This theory suggests that those involved in the case may have taken his life to prevent further revelations. So, police discovered a gun buried on land where Brooks Houck's construction company had built several houses shortly after Crystal Rogers' disappearance. The gun was traced back to Nick Houck, who had sold it under a fake name. He was subsequently arraigned. In September 2023, a Nelson County grand jury indicted 32-year-old Joseph Lawson on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and complicity in tampering with physical evidence. While the indictment did not specify a victim, the dates coincide with Rogers' disappearance, and relatives were informed of the indictment before it was publicly announced. On October 5, 2023, Brooks Houck was arraigned in Nelson Circuit Court on a murder charge and granted a $10 million bond. Unfortunately, the police have not yet made any updates regarding Crystal's remains public. So, what do you think about this case? What could have happened to Crystal Rogers? If Brooks killed her, why would he do so? Feel free to share your opinions. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you have any cases in mind that you want us to cover, feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments section. Subscribe to True Crime Psychology to uncover more cases like these. Until then, stay safe.